A laundromat sells something customers can technically do at home. That sounds like a rough place to start a business. But plenty of renters do not have a washer and dryer in the unit. Home machines cannot handle every bulky item. And even people with machines sometimes need several loads finished quickly. So the demand is real. The operation also looks simple. Install machines, keep them running, and collect payment. But one bill quietly decides whether those machines are productive assets or expensive furniture. A self-service laundromat sells access to equipment, utilities, space, and time. The customer pays to turn a chore that could take all day into a predictable visit. Larger machines, multiple machines, long hours, and a clean, safe environment make that visit more useful. The simplest revenue model is machines, multiplied by turns per day, multiplied by average revenue per turn. A turn is one paid machine cycle. More useful machines, more daily turns, and higher realized prices increase revenue. But those variables are connected. Raising price can reduce demand. Adding machines can create capacity that sits idle. And old machines may require more water, energy, maintenance, and customer patience. Let us build a simple example. Every number here is an estimate for education, not a claim about a specific laundromat. Imagine a store with 24 washers and 24 dryers. Suppose the washers average 4 paid turns per day at $5 per turn. That creates roughly $14,400 in monthly washer revenue. If dryer use connected to those washes averages $3.25, dryer revenue adds roughly $9,360. Together, the machines produce about $23,760 in monthly revenue before vending, wash and fold, pickup and delivery, or other services. That top line looks attractive. Now we need to ask what it costs to create every turn. Water, sewer, electricity, and natural gas are not ordinary overhead here. They are part of the product. Energy Star says certified commercial clothes washers average about 9% less energy use and about 45% less water use than standard commercial washers. That does not mean every replacement automatically pays for itself. It means machine selection can change the economics of every cycle for years. Local utility prices matter just as much. In the Electric Power Monthly released July 23, 2026, EIA reported a May 2026 average U.S. commercial electricity price of 13.54 cents per kilowatt hour. State figures ranged from 7.38 cents in North Dakota to 46.19 cents in Hawaii. And electricity is only one line. Water and sewer pricing structures can differ by municipality. Natural gas costs and demand charges can change the result again. The lesson is not to use a national average. The lesson is to get the actual local tariffs, estimate consumption by machine and cycle, and stress test the result. This is where two laundromats that look almost identical from the sidewalk can have very different margins. Same number of machines, same rough number of turns, but different water rates, sewer charges, gas prices, demand charges, and repair histories. The spreadsheet has to know the local reality. The most tempting number in a laundromat pitch is usually turns per day. In plain English, it means how often each machine gets paid to run. In our example, for washer turns per day produce about $14,400 per month. At 3 turns per day, washer revenue falls to $10,800. At 5 turns, it rises to $18,000. That 1 turn swing changes monthly washer revenue by $3,600 before the costs of rent, debt, labor, cleaning, repairs, and machine replacement move very much. This is why a beautiful store in the wrong trade area can still fail. The equipment only earns when customers use it. And averages can hide the real bottleneck. A store may look fine on average while weekends are packed, weekday mornings are empty, and the most useful large machines are always occupied or out of service. Turns per day matters, but when those turns happen, and which machines earn them matters too. Utilities are visible. Several other costs are easier to understate. First, equipment. Commercial machines are productive assets, but they wear. Repairs interrupt revenue and frustrate customers. Replacement requires capital. If the purchase was financed, debt payments arrive whether a machine turns or not. Second, the lease. A laundromat is difficult and expensive to move. Plumbing, drainage, gas, venting, electrical service, and permits tie the operation to the location. A short or unfavorable lease can weaken the business even when customer demand is healthy. Third, attention. The store has to be cleaned. Machines have to be repaired. Customer issues, refunds, and safety problems have to be handled. Remote systems reduce work. They do not remove responsibility. Fourth, customer acquisition. Visibility helps, but the strongest local store still needs accurate listings, useful signage, good reviews, working machines, and reasons for customers to return. Strong laundromat operators manage a system, not a room full of machines. They measure turns by machine size and time of day. They price for demand and value instead of copying the nearest competitor. They keep the store clean enough that customers choose it again. They repair out-of-service equipment quickly, because every broken machine removes capacity and trust. They also understand that machine mix is a pricing decision. Small, medium, and large machines do not all serve the same customer job. A bulky comforter, a week's laundry for a family, and one emergency load are different purchases. The right mix can change both customer experience and margin. And before adding services like wash and fold or pickup and delivery, they model the labor and logistics honestly. Additional revenue is not automatically additional profit. So, is it a great business? A laundromat can be a strong business when the trade area has durable demand. The lease protects the investment, utility, and equipment economics are understood, and the store earns enough turns at sensible prices. It can be a poor business when an owner trusts a seller's revenue story, underestimates capital needs, ignores local utility tariffs, or treats cleaning and repairs as optional. The cheap test comes before the offer. Visit nearby stores at different times. Count occupied machines. Read the bad reviews. Check parking. Price the actual utilities. Ask what would have to be true for the model to survive a slow month, a repair month, and a rent increase. The machines are the visible part. The real business is managing utilization, infrastructure, and trust. Before you spend money on any small business idea, put it through the free one-page margin map. It helps identify the revenue engine, the hidden bill, the break-even model, and the fastest cheap test. The link is on the channel profile. Next, Main Street Margins is breaking down the membership math behind express car washes. Recurring revenue is powerful. It is not magic.